the heck is happening at Sonic, the drive-in themed hamburger chain with roughly 3,500 locations across 45 states? Only a few short months ago, it seemed like Sonic was one of the only fast casual restaurant chains that could actually thrive in an environment where McDonald's had regained its supremacy via its all-day breakfast and value menus. Sonic reported a terrific quarter in late March, at a moment when so many of its competitors were ailing. But since peaking a couple of weeks later in April, the stock has come down more than 26%. It's been a relentless decline, frankly. And last week, we got some justification for that weakness. On Thursday after the close, Sonic reported a slight 1-penny earnings beat off a 42-cent basis, weaker than expected revenues. Big deceleration in same-store sales growth from 6.5% in the previous quarter down to just 2% in the most recent one. While Sonic reiterated its full-year guidance, management talked about an industry-wide traffic slowdown in the conference call, possibly because of the unseasonably rainy weather in April and May. Now, management seems to believe that the softness in the fast casual restaurant chain could be a short-term phenomenon. And if that's the case, then Sonic might be attractive at these levels, because it has an excellent long-term story. The company is in the process of refranchising as many as 95% of locations. More importantly, that's going to smooth out their earnings and volatility, increase efficiency. Think of Domino's Pizza like that, okay? Attractive business model. But the stock's only worth buying if we're dealing with a short-term stumble, not a more lasting issue. So let's check in with Cliff Hudson. Cliff's the chairman and CEO of Sonic Corp. Get a better sense of how his company's doing and where it's headed. Mr. Hudson, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim. Glad to be with you.
Cliff, in all the years that I've talked to you and know you, I've never seen you stumped. I've never seen you say, literally on the conference call, we're not quite sure what's going on. I'm hoping you've had a little more surety or some soul searching, because it's unlike you and it's unlike Sonic.
Well, we've had, we're certainly aware and comfortable with the initiatives that we have underway. What we're less certain about is what's happening with the consumer that went through something, the consumer going through something of an attitudinal shift on a broad basis. I'm not talking about just the Sonic consumer, but on a broad basis in that late April into May timeframe. So this was something that I think took all of us by surprise. The weather, yes, you mentioned, was unseasonably cool. That's now moved on. We've got the heat back, and it's a good deal drier. So we, as our business got soft in May, late April into May, with those weather issues and the consumer shift, as that occurred, we shifted to a little bit more of a value promotion in order to drive traffic, and we reversed some of the trends that we were seeing into May. The challenge, of course, was even with that promotion and the cooler weather, we were selling less drinks and ice cream than we would ordinarily be selling at this time of the year. Just about now, literally this week, our media weights are shifting. We're still focusing on that value piece, the boombox, the Sonic boombox. We're still focused on that, but the media shift is occurring literally this week, where we're also promoting drinks and ice cream. Okay. So we should start seeing that pick up, and we're anxious to see that occur in this warmer, drier weather.
I think that's important that you're doing that, because I get natural gas figures literally almost by the hour, and the air conditioning and the use of natural gas this week is way off the charts. So your timing couldn't be better. Now, how about this competition issue? It's always been more difficult, but you refer, look, it's the industry, as you say in the conference call, it's an intense industry from a competitive standpoint. Somebody's always trying to pick off the stuff we're doing. Somebody is. Who's doing it now?
Well, a little bit. Everybody's doing it. Convenience stores are trying to get our breakfast and drink business. Some major competitors like Dairy Queen trying to get our ice cream business, and they're not alone. There are others trying to get our ice cream business as well. Burger King's trying to get our hot dog business. Our hot dog business is up, and so we're feeling good about that. With our shift back now to the focus on drinks and ice cream, we'll see in the month of July get that momentum going in that part of our business. But it is essential for us at this time of the year, because in the summer, we make hay while the sun shines. That is, we sell more drinks and ice cream in the summertime. It's, as I said earlier, it's only this week that the media is being shifted back with those weights towards those products, in addition to the value message of the Sonic boombox.
All right, let's talk about labor costs. I'm in the restaurant business myself. I got to tell you, in the coast, it's just gotten to be the point where people are not thinking about opening up that second restaurant. Small business people, it's gotten quite expensive. How are you able to manage minimum wages, and how are you able to manage competitive wages against the other people who are in your industry?
Well, the competitive wage situation is one in which we're all in the same plane. So I see that as a little bit less of a challenge. But the fact is, there is growing pressure. It just so happens that most of that growing pressure on wages is outside of our core states. We're kind of in the southern plains is the greatest market penetration we have. Texas and surrounding states probably do account for a majority of our revenues.
Well, well, yeah. I know also you care passionately about your work and what you're doing. I happen to just give money to the school next door to me. Just so happens it just did it last week. You've got a program called Limeades for Learning campaign, and I want you to tell people about it because I know you care more about just the shareholders and just the customers, not that those aren't important constituencies. Tell us about something else that you're doing.
So we've had the Limeade for Learnings program in place since 2009. What's happened this year, we stepped it up quite dramatically. What this involves is Sonic supporting classroom teacher grants all across our system, every market where we do business. And we'll be contributing about $3 million a year for the next 5 years into this program. Month of May, as we stepped it up and kicked it off, we committed $1 million in the month of May alone. So this is supporting, in every community in which we do business, this is supporting teachers who are very often, well documented, public school teachers coming out of their pocket to support classroom materials and projects for their students. So this is an attempt to offset that community after community where we do business and be a good corporate citizen in those communities.
All right, last question. The stock has come down a lot. Periodically, you've come in and you just really bought a lot of stock. Is this a case where it's temporary and therefore that's the prudent thing to do?
Well, we have announced ongoing that we have a stock repurchase plan. And recently, excuse me, it strikes me, it was in April, I think we made the release, right, that our board had increased that once again. And so in the immediate circumstance, we've got about a $155 million program focused on stock repurchases. Now, the rate at which we do that, the pace at which we do that, we always only announce after the fact. But we have worked to aggressively focus on that when there have been buying opportunities. And I would describe this as a buying opportunity.
Well, let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, Cliff Hudson, Chairman and CEO of Sonic Corporation. Good to see you, sir.
Happy to be with you, Jim. Thank you.
Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.